This is Vince with Bulldog Rooter, job number 47649806. This is an upload video. We got called out for the customer experiencing a mainline backup. They already had damage mitigation on site before we arrived. They got all the water cleaned up, and they recommended we come out because they thought it was a blockage in the drainage system. We tested by flushing the basement toilet. Sure enough, we saw it backing up in the basement shower, indicating there was a blockage in the main line. We pulled the sewer permit. It showed 1953, so we knew there was a strong possibility of it being an Orangeburg line. We started with a 2-inch blade. I don't like to run any bigger than that in Orangeburg, just because, especially when it gets to be, 70 years old, there's deformation and stuff that can catch that blade, and it can kind of pull up layers of that tar paper in the Orangeburg pipe. We've got the line open and draining. I've got the camera sitting here at the city sewer, as you can see. And we're going to pull back into the customer's private line. So it's a concrete tap. And there's a PVC spot repair right here, just back from the city sewer. And then back to concrete. You can see the transition there. A little bit of a separation. There's a hard turn in the concrete. I had a heck of a time getting the camera past that. But as you can see, there's nothing remarkable about this line. It looks like it can be relied on to convey waste and wastewater out the house. There's even spider webs and egg sacs, which means it's been dry up there on the top of the pipe, which is the right-hand side of the screen. Okay, here you see the problem. We transitioned from from concrete to Orangeburg at about 34.5 feet. There was a root intrusion there, as you can see. We've only removed about half of that. Now, ideally, I would be making another pass trying to cut out more of this. Even though it does look like the roots are kind of protected by that offset, you can see the concrete kind of drops. And when there's a wall of the pipe where the roots are growing in, it kind of stops the cabling machine from cutting them out. Cabling this with a larger blade, or again with a 2-inch blade, it's not advisable. My advice to the customer is going to be to replace the Orangeburg section of the line, because you see it's 34 feet from where we zeroed it. It's not a terrible length of pipe, but you're going to see it's in very poor condition. Right there you see the blistering and deformation right at that root intrusion. There's pretty bad channel rot throughout too. You can kind of see, like right there's blistering and a break even on the bottom of the pipe. The camera's wanting to fight over it. There's a good shot of it right there. And it's just kind of holding water here because the bottom of the original pipe rotted out. See more channel rot there. There's some blistering, kind of got the lens dirty. But right there you can see blistering on the bottom. Blistering kind of is a result of the channel rot, and it's a precursor to ovalization and collapse of the pipe, which is why we recommend getting rid of the entire length of Orangeburg. So we've since transitioned to cast iron. I believe that was a cast iron fitting right there. And there's a transition. It could even be an Orangeburg fitting. If you look at the top of the screen, there's still like typical breaking and channel rot, like right there you can see it. Yeah, here's a transition to cast actually. So I think that actually is it looks like it's an Orangeburg fitting, which are rare but not unheard of. There's the cast. You can see that round is kind of what you expect the pipe to look like. It's only a very short length of cast as we're pulling up the combination fitting for the clean out at where the line leaves the house. This is where the work was performed today. This concludes the video inspection. Thank you for choosing Bulldog Rigger.